What is going on, everyone? Back again with another video. Today's video, as you guys can see, season 3 is officially out, as you can take a look on the screen right now with all the new players and all the new updates. So there's a lot to go over. First, we have the XP reward path, which is a lot shorter. They actually made it a lot shorter, so it's only 350k to get all the rewards, and then you have the 30k where you can respin for the packs and stuff like that. So pretty cool. Only 42 days long, I think the season is, so not a very long time. Next is these team affinities. Now these are actually pretty interesting to go through. Still at 200k on the point, so nothing changes there. The first pack is at 60. We got all these different moments you can do. We got all the multiplayer missions as well, which we can do. As you guys can see, I pretty much started completing a couple of these ones. I think the best way to go about this is to start with these moments, which is probably what I should have done. And then I went right into that conquest, and I was starting to get some of these missions with the Orioles players. So I think that is a good idea, because then when you get the player, you can actually do his mission. So Manny Machado's is get 15 or 10Ks, I mean, which is another 15. And then you can kind of go through every team and kind of just complete theirs, which I think is a really good idea to get it done. We do have the vouchers and player exchanges back as well, so you can also get the points through there. The showdown and then the conquest, 125k in the conquest. So you get this for all 6 of them. So I think the conquest is where you're going to make a lot on this one, especially when you do all these missions. I think that's the fastest way to complete this. Do these missions, do the conquest, and do the AL moments before, and then you can pretty much get these done. This is pretty much the same across the board through pretty much all of them with this. There is different showdowns, so you guys can see the central showdown right there, and then if we go to like the east, for example, in the NL, there is I think the east showdown. So there's the east, central, and then west showdown. So if you guys like showdown, that is just something important to know that there's 3 different ones. Pretty much, I mean, it's the same across the board with Team Affinity, so definitely a better Team Affinity than I think we've had in the past. I think my favorite card has got to be this Jake Arrieta DH hitter. Obviously, when he played back in the day, he's actually not a bad hitter, so I think he's definitely excited. I'm excited to try this one out and see him. Obviously, you guys know I'm a Cubs fan. You guys can see by the poster behind me, so I'm excited to try him out. So after the Team Affinity, we can go over here to the Season 3 Player Awards. You can go into these. These are pretty much the same as normal. They have made these a little bit easier to get. I did like one of these moments, and then I kind of just chalked this. I was trying to do these general missions and things like that. They made this a little bit easier. They added an extra general mission. These are worth 4 instead of 3, and they've also added another one, so that's nice. The tops down awards, once again, these are still hard to do because it's hard to get the Season 3 eligible players if you don't have any. So I mean, my advice is to try to complete those missions, do these general missions with the moments first, just to try to get the first player, which is going to be at 20, and then you have 30, and then 40 are the next ones. And you have the actual card at 50, because you can kind of complete some of these and make it pretty much easy for yourself, especially with the tops now players. There's 3 ones right here that you can complete to try to get this done. Or if you want to buy packs to get some of them, you can do that as well. Which we got the 5 cards right here. We got 3 tops now cards and then 2 awards players. And these cards are actually worth a lot. So it's 6 for tops now and then 16 points for the awards players. So pretty good. Now if we go into multiplayer, I did play my first ranked game, which you guys will see some of the highlights at the end of this video. But we do have a couple of the players in here where Bruce Sutter is one of the cards, and then our World Series rewards is Barry Larkin and Paul O'Neill, who look pretty solid across the board. I'll just show them really quick for you guys. This Barry Larkin is actually probably the best card I have seen so far. Just with that speed and that hitting is pretty good. There is a new event, which is pretty exciting. So at 10 wins, you get a relief pitcher Wade Boggs, which is very interesting to see. And then you get a Trevor Hoffman shortstop, which is also very interesting to see. So yeah, I still have no idea this season's going to work with all these out-of-position players. It's going to be very weird to me. Like, whoever thought you'd have, like, Trevor Hoffman, hitting, and then you've got, like, Mike Trout pitching. Like, that's the most random thing I've ever heard. The collections, they've made a little bit more interesting. So we still have the Season 3 collection right here across the board. The wall card slots are 1, 15, and 50 to get all 3. But it's funny for me, I already had 2 unlocked. So I think if you unlock them in Season 2, they kind of transfer over is what I would guess. So if you guys already have those unlocked, then you don't really need to worry about that, I'm pretty sure. We do have some new cards with the Mariano Rivera card right here, which looks very solid across the board. Pretty much 100 across the board for stats. And the pitch mix is once again godlike. And then we got a Hall of Fame Jackie Robinson, which I think is the best card in the game actually right now, looking at this card. 99 speed, 90 steal, 90 fielding. And I mean, they gave him pretty good power at 90, so probably the best second baseman in the game if I had to guess right now. The Jackie Robinson is still a good player, but I mean, even with 90, you can still hit a home run, and that vision is just insane. So definitely the best second baseman I think we've seen in MLB The Show. And then the 150, you get a choice of 3 players. You first start with the Hall of Famer Randy Johnson right here, who looks pretty solid across the board. We've seen Johnson in multiple games at this point, so we all kind of know what to expect from him. We have a nice Lou Garrett card, which looks really solid in the hitting category. And then we get a good Ricky Henderson with some good speed over there, 99 speed and steal across the board with great contact, great power. So we've seen some really good cards in Season 3. That's pretty much the collection. They have split these up, actually, if we go into the special collection. So we have the Season 3 awards collection, which is normal. We also have an out-of-position collection as well, which can give us some more rewards with the Bob Gibson right here. Then we have Hunter Green right here. Then we have a Michael Rolenzo right here at center field, which is interesting. Then we have the Anthony Rizzo starting pitcher, who's also a two-way player, by the way, which is definitely something to know about. I think there's a couple cards that are like this. So just something to know if you're, browsing through this. There's definitely a lot of collections you can complete right here. They've updated the GOATS category and added some of those players in here, I'm pretty sure. And then over in the shop, we can go to the shop real quick. They've added these out of position packs, which is really cool. So you can kind of scroll through and see some of the players that we have over here. There's also the Season 3 awards. They kept the jump start, and there's a free jumbo pack in the shop right now. And then we have a new headliner, which is this first baseman Lance Lynn card. So very interesting, a lot of stuff to go through in this update. So this is pretty much the Season 3 update. A lot of stuff that has completely changed the game with all these different players and new cards and stuff. And then we have a lot of things coming soon with the Season 2 drops, Romantic About Baseball program, which is interesting, and then a big update on the 13th with Roberto Clemente Day with a new Ven and new ranked update. So a lot of things get added to the game. Big roster update overhaul, by the way, with a ton of players going diamond, a ton of players getting added to the game, with MLB players getting updated, as you guys can see. There's just a ton of things getting added to the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video with all the different stuff. Me personally, to get started, I would probably complete some of those early moments on the awards, and then I hop right into this conquest. Because it's pretty weird. It's pretty much the USA conquest, but spread out with all the different teams in different locations. If you guys don't know how to do the conquest, just kind of the main thing I do is you start from here, then you kind of go over the Reds right here and kind of go up until you get to the Twins, block yourself off, and then block yourself off from the Padres and fill this area in, and then keep going left, and then just keep going down through the West Coast and make sure the Rays and the Padres don't mess up your territories and things like that. That's pretty much how you do this. Not hard, not really difficult. You just gotta manage it pretty well, and that's pretty much how you're gonna get through it. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone. Oh yeah, oh yeah. There we go. Just start. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. He left that one hanging on the sinker. Oh yes. Oh no, Cruz. 450, the first Season 3 card to go crazy. Oh my. Love to see that. Perfect on that sinker.